First EP collab, man. Oakland Vallejo, the Bay Area, stand up. I'm from that town. She from Vallejo. Said let's collab. She said, okay, we all should play. Hot potato, whoever got the hottest vibe. Challenges lifted, it's me, I'm the best. Like creative players on hunters, no less. The lines in your forehead just told me you stress it. Got G-O-D on me side, ooh, he blessed me. All these lies they tell it's a vaccine. They're acting it's so bad like it's wrestling. Keep my circle so small it's insane. If you made the cut then you're part of my team. Just like blowing at prank or stripes don't gutter. Attracted to the mind but I like mine's hooder. She gotta have a pretty face too.
Hey y'all. Hello. It has been a few days since I went live, but I'm back. I'm here. I'm still black and I'm happy. So welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here, then welcome back. We are here to get into our Love and Hip Hop Miami weekly recap, which we usually do on Wednesdays, and today is hump day. So we're going to jump into it. Just so everybody knows, for our regulars, these recaps are generally done with James, who is a part of the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. The link is in the description for those who are interested. He will not be with us this week for our videos. However, he sends us love and he will be back next week. So we're just going to jump right on into it, y'all. Don't be afraid to like and subscribe. Keep in mind, I am by myself. Usually I do these recaps with James. So if I'm a little bit shy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And please excuse my giant like parka hoodie. It's very, very cold. And I don't feel like giving PG&E no more money. So we're going to start the recap for My Messy Valentine, Season 6, Episode 7, something like that. So the first thing we see is Amara La Negra meet with Safari. And they meet up to basically discuss music. We saw that there was supposed to be a big secret. And essentially, the big secret is that these two, they're doing a song together. And normally I wouldn't care. I'm going to keep it real. I haven't listened to an Amara La Negra song since her first season of the show. She had a couple of songs that I thought were pretty catchy. But I haven't listened to her since then. I cannot bullshit y'all with that. So I don't know. I know that she says she wants to go for a Jamaican, like Islander, fuse basically their two cultures and sound. I don't see anything wrong with them doing music. I think they're both talented. I just think it's a little corny and you're showing us like this is a job or this is a breakup for TV. Like you're showing us is bullshit. Because just a few episodes ago, you was mad that you have to do an interview. So now I'm looking at you with the side eye. Of course, the stuff we see on reality TV, we can't take for face value all the time, but it's just really annoying how these two specifically are bullshitting us. But what I found funny is while in this meeting with Amara at the studio, he did not mention Eliza Rain, who he's currently sleeping with, who is also Amara's friend. And I'm just like, that's super messy. That's super messy. At least let her know that you've done something like that. But usually people who are willing to sleep with your friends, or if it's your friends willing to sleep with people you've dated, those are usually people you can't fucking trust. So we can't expect for them to keep it real. If you are still here and enjoy what you're hearing thus far, do me a favor and like the video. I appreciate you for it. The next thing we see in this episode is Brooke and Marcus. We saw them for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. It seems they're kind of fusing the Hollywood crew into this version of Love and Hip Hop. I'm here for it. I like the growth. It seems like they've grown in their relationship, but essentially Brooke is still going to be Brooke. Now, Marcus is discussing his meeting with Ray J, and everybody knows Ray J's a fool. And he feels like it's a bad look for his brand to be around Ray J and doing all that extra stuff. For those who are like, what the hell is your brand? I do follow him on Instagram, and it seems like maybe in order to achieve doing the right things, he's just changed everything in his life down to how he makes money. I'm sure he's still doing things with music, but he seems focused on, positivity online and things like that, showing that men can change. So good for you, Marcus, for that. I can understand. Listen, we love Ray J, but I just can't see him being a good partner. Like, even if he was faithful, I feel like he'd be difficult to be with. Basically, the next thing we see is Marcus telling Brooke about the fact that Eliza and Safari are sleeping together. And this is what I mean. Like, This is how you know he really is a one-woman man now. He giving her all the tea, all the gossip. Took it to her and nobody else. And I'm like, I said it on the last recap with James here. Shout out to James, aka Watch Your Mouth Reviews, my bestie. He usually helps us co-host, but we talked about this last week. I don't know. We knew Brooke would say something. I mean, if he tells Brooke, Brooke's going to say something, and I foresee that happening next. So, you know, Marcus does make a good point. This scene was kind of just showing us their life. I guess they're going to be a part of the show, but he makes the good point that Safari does not want to change, and that's what nobody seems to understand. He's okay with what he's doing and how he is, and does not see anything wrong with himself. I feel like Marcus should find some different friends, but we find out that Brooke invited Amara La Negra and Eliza to the same. She's going to have a pajama party, which we will discuss later in the episode. Moving it along, you guys. The next thing we see is Miss Zoe Brinks, one of the newest additions to the cast of Love and Hip Hop Miami. She is working out. She says that she wants to get in shape. Let me tell you this, and I am not about to get in her way because I respect you for trying to lose the weight naturally. But I don't take nobody seriously in the gym who's there with the full face of makeup. I know that's not fair coming from me because I rarely wear makeup. I have to be like on vacation and going out or, you know, going out on a date or something. But I rarely wear makeup. But I wouldn't wear it or want to wear it like working out. But that's what Zoe Brinks is doing. She's on TV. I know they have to and are required to come makeup and hair ready to Love and Hip Hop. I've heard that with Miami before and New York. But she wants to get healthy because the comments online about her weight have hurt her feelings. You know, I never get that when people, I don't know how to say this politely. I'm not trying to throw shade at nobody who's overweight. I'm not the thinnest either. So, you know, I'm not judging y'all at all. But why comment on somebody's weight who's noticeably big? It's like, okay, we know that you're big. That's the obvious thing. Like I said with Hot Topic, saying she needs gastric bypass surgery weeks ago. Like, okay, that really wasn't a read. It's obvious she needs to lose some weight. Is there something else? I don't like net bangers. I don't like people who be online disrespecting each other, disrespecting other people on behalf of celebrities or reality celebrities that they don't know. I think that's whack. So whoever's insulting Zoe online, please stop. Please stop. You don't have to like her, but to take the time to go to someone's page, which you choose to look at, that's weird. But she's upset about Big D. Big D is the producer who's well-known in the industry. He's kind of an asshole, but he also had some points about her music. So she's thinking about what he said. She took what he said personally, she says, because they did have a close relationship. And he was once a mentor. So now Zoe wants to mend things with him. Zoe has to understand, in my opinion, though, it can't be that people are constantly wronging you. It can't be that. And if it is that, then you need to look at yourself and figure out why you keep getting in situations like that, which is still some form of accountability. She's always, this person wronged me. This person wronged me. I wish she'd just make her music. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wish she would just make her music. I really, really do. So moving it along, we'll see them attempt to mend it later down in this episode. It was a bunch of BS, but we will make the attempt. For those new to the channel, watching the live replay was good. Live replay gang, I appreciate you guys. If you're watching, whether we're here now or if you're watching after the live has commenced, I appreciate you guys for watching. Be sure to like thy video. And I just want to say thank you for supporting the channel. I'm on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and you guys are helping me get there. So thank you. Thank you. Next thing we got to discuss is Bobby Lights. He has a movie premiere. We saw that he's doing a movie. And this movie is with Vivica, straight to DVD Fox. If you know, you know. I was a kid of the 90s, so a lot of the stuff we saw Vivica in was straight to VHS or DVD. If you know, you know. But I love Vivica, legendary. She did some great movies. So it's nice to see Bobby Lights doing a movie with her. We also see Estelita, who was a part of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Now, Estelita, I'm surprised they brought her around. I never felt like she gained enough or as strong as a relationship with cast members as like, or even the audience. We really just kind of saw her as like a replacement for Jocelyn during the Stevie and Jocelyn days, you know, the Beefcake days. That's I don't know. I don't care for Estelita, but she's back. We did see her on the family reunion, which was okay. I didn't understand why she was there either. We know that she was cool with Amara La Negra, but we're hearing the same story about Amara from Estelita now. She says she was hearing from Amara when she was in Hollywood, but when she went to Miami, she stopped hearing from Amara La Negra. Why is it that when people move near Amara, she just like stops talking to them? Maybe she's in her head. Maybe she's like girls from LA who are just kind of like rude for no reason until you get to know them. I don't know. But what's the issue, Amara? Everybody is saying the same thing from Shay to Eliza. Now, Estelita is saying the same thing. So it's like, girl, figure it out. Anywho, Estelita wants to talk to Amara. So that's all we get from that little scene. Next thing we're going to get into, you guys, is Shay Johnson and Florence Luce. So shout out to James Jackson, my co-host who's normally with me. Shay irks both of us and Flo irks both of us. I'm going to just recap James's opinion. James does not buy Flo's storyline. And I don't either. And as for Shay, we just don't feel like she's grown at all. And Shay has been on television now for multiple decades. Like, grow up a little bit. She has, but she hasn't, if that makes sense. Emotionally, she's still very immature. That's what I'll say about Shay. So she goes to Flo, and I'm like, maybe Shay and Flo are kicking it because no one really wants to deal with them, it seems like, on this cast. But she goes to Flo's salon, the one that there is a supposed eviction notice for. And while she's at the salon, Gael says that she's coming. I'm coming for Hot Topic, that bitch. That's what Gael says. I said, oh, Lord. Gael said, now I could come for her. I said, okay, Gael. Gael is really crazy. And that's, to me, James can't stand her, but I love her. I love Gael. I think she's psychopath. I don't like the shit that she does. But for entertaining me on a Monday night, I'm fine with watching it. I'm fine. Because my sister, shout out to Naima, she would never do these things. We'll not talk to each other for a year, 2 years, whatever the hell. We won't talk to each other before we disrespect each other or become vengeful like Gael and them. But that all, as James says, goes back to that mama. So they're in the shop, and I knew that there was going to be some shit when the three of these people met up. Shay tends to play the victim in every situation. She doesn't admit to what her fault is when she's discussing her situation. Gael is nuts, and I don't know. Flo is wrong as well. It was just the Three Musketeers of wrong. They try to spin it. I think they're all wrong. And I didn't understand why Gael was like, Fabo is hot, but not faithful. Stay away from him. How is being not faithful hot? That should not be hot. That's what's wrong with the world. Anywho, you guys, do me a favor. If you haven't already liked the video, if you have liked the video already, well, you know what? I'm sorry for asking you over and over and over and over again. Apologies. Anywho, what we're going to get into next is Zoe meeting with Big D. The hot mess that this was. Zoe had her video shoot, and the video looked cute, her little outfit. It seemed like there was a really good energy at the video. And then she and Big D speak. He does show up. So in my opinion, him showing up is a show. Either the show made him or it's a show of support. But he shows up and they speak on things. And, you know, Zoe expresses her feelings on what was said at the previous meeting about her music. And she feels that other girls are able to rap about and talk about their pussies and sell sex with virtually no talent. I don't know why I thought that was a City Girl diss. But there are some female rappers out of Miami. Not just Miami. There's a lot of female rappers right now that think that because they've displayed bars because they rap about their pussy in a different way. I'm not saying you can't do that because niggas rap about fucking bitches too. But I don't know. Just talk about something different, and I want to see, because what you gonna do when you're 70? You can't still be writing songs about, you know, scamming niggas and cashing checks or whatever they talk about. You just can't do that. Eventually, we all got to grow up in some way. Anywho, but she says she doesn't like that. She feels like that's what Big D wants her to do because that's what's popular in the industry right now. Listen, my opinion, someone told me this when I was younger at singing. I grew up in a musical and performance background. So someone told me, like, people will be harder sometimes on those who are the most talented. and kind of let others get away with it and let the engineers do the magic. So Zoe Brinks, in my opinion, is actually talented. She has something to offer. I think the problem with Zoe is her attitude. This meeting with Big D did not have to go negatively. Though Big D ain't sugarcoating his words, I don't think he's coming from a place of malice or like he wants to hurt her. I think that she's taking every little thing maybe a little too personally. And after seeing her with Cindy and Joy and Trina and how she has these issues with people, even Hot Topic, even though Hot Topic attacked her, it seems like Zoe can just, boom, go backwards and revert to a crazy place. Sit on a bitch, smack a bitch, go off on a bitch, whatever the hell. Zoe's super talented. I've said this since we met Zoe Brinks. In my opinion, y'all, Zoe is in her own way. She's in her own way. And I already think you going on Love and Hip Hop, not everybody's going to have the Cardi B, K Michelle experience where it revives or creates this massive career. Sometimes it could just have people looking at you crazy or like a D-list celebrity. So I wish Zoe well, and I don't really care if she and Big D make up. If he's talking about he working and producing for City Girls, it's like, okay, we'll go and do that. I don't think that sound would fit Zoe, but you know, it is what it is. So we say. Next thing we see is the weirdest scene ever. Gael goes to meet with Claudia, who is the ex-girlfriend now of Flo. Flo broke up with her a few episodes ago. And Gael, we find out that basically Gael and Claudia has slept together in the past. And apparently there's a lot of sexual tension and energy. The BBLs was moving around, all this crazy stuff. I'm like, listen, I believe we reap what we sow, we get what we give, all that stuff. That girl did you wrong. Just because you get cheated on, don't give you license to go and do some shady shit like fuck her sister. But then again, if you slept with Gael before you got with Flo, Claudia, then how can you be complaining about Gael for sleeping with her sisters? Man, everybody's sleeping together. That's what I'm getting from this. Everybody's sleeping together. I don't see nothing wrong with being a little nasty, being a little freaky, but I'm just like, what? That's so strange. So anywho, then they lick at and low-key kiss on each other. I don't know where that went. I guess we'll see next week. I didn't understand why we needed to see that, but Gael, you trying to go for 2 for 2 by fucking with somebody that Flo was dealing with? You just do not understand the sisterly code for shit. And I know people who are Haitian. This is not just the culture. Don't tell me that. Lord help her. So next thing we see, while Gael is running around kissing Claudia and her BBL, Flo is with Shay, and these two are going to the Mambo, which is the voodoo lady that Flo had went to that with Marlon to try and fix their marriage and all the stuff that was going wrong in their life professionally. Gael's family is against them going to the Mambo. I guess it's not a type of voodoo or anything that her culture respects. I'm not going to speak on that deeply because I don't understand it, because I'm not part of that culture. But they're back at this lady. Now, after she went to the Mambo last time because of all the stuff Gael was doing when Flo went for Gael, Gael says, "You put a spell on me. My business burned down. My son go back to jail." I said, oh, Lord. So I find it interesting that she went back. I don't know if I fully buy it because Flo went to knock on the door and a lady like opened the door as if it wasn't already propped open. I seen it. So I don't know what's going on with that. But Shay goes there to get her spiritual energy right. This is how y'all know the Mambo don't work. Because after she went to see her, she ended up in a lesbian relationship and they went right back to her husband. And Shay thinks that this is going to cleanse her spirit so she can be happy with Fabo. Well, she can't be happy until she gets rid of Fabo and figures out why the hell she chose him in the first place. I don't judge people for having kids when they're not married, but I think it's disrespectful and stupid to date someone who doesn't have that paperwork finalized or to have kids with somebody who has so many kids and so many questions in their life and has never proved faithfulness to you. So, you know, I don't know. Shay needs to work on herself, maybe call Iyanla, apologize, ask her to come out of the bush weeping to help her or something. I don't fucking know, but I didn't take this scene seriously with the Mambo. I just did not. Next thing we see, y'all, we go get through this a lot faster. Normally our recaps are about an hour. I feel like I've been talking forever. We are more than halfway through the episode, so I appreciate those who are watching, whether it be the live replay, whether you are new to the channel. Hell, even if you're a bot, I appreciate you for watching my channel. B3ST appreciates you all and wishes you all well as well. Anywho, next thing we see is a little slumber party. We see Eliza, Amada, Zoe, Bobby, Estelita, Princess, and them damn hurt ass twins, the Hollywood twins. Can't stand them. At Brooke's slumber party, looks like this is the first event where they've gotten most of the cast together, so that's a plus. I do like about Miami for the most part. Seems like most of the cast will talk to each other or be able to have some type of knowledge or relationship of each other. Obviously, James was living in Miami and he told me, or near Miami, you know, it's small. So it makes sense that a lot of these people know each other. It just does. But they gather at Brooke's house for the slumber party. And Amara is instantly bothered when she sees Estelita. And I'm like, Amara, grow the fuck up. And she says that she heard that the girl was talking shit about her. Amara, a lot of people have stuff to say about you because your life is public. I just wish Amada would go back to wearing that other Afro wig and cooking empanadas with her mom. I don't like the Amada that she has become. It's very annoying. So why is Ray J so damn funny? He was in that row with cigarettes in his mouth, talking to Marcus and trying to show him Safari's dildo. I said, you know what, Ray J? Speaking of which, you guys, I am aware I had one of my loyal watchers email me. I am aware that Princess Love and Ray J have announced they are divorcing for the 5,700th, 16,023 third, fifth, and 3/4 of times. I'll believe them once the divorce decree is finalized and in their hands and filed with the state of California. That's when I will believe that those two are actually divorced. They're not about to bullshit us. They're not about to play with us. I'm not about to go through that. They divorce every other month. Ray J and Princess are constantly, listen, my husband's here. Welcome, husband. It's so weird doing a recap alone. I'm like, I don't have James because I am about to be done in like the next 5 minutes. I really am. Without James, there's no like discussion. So if you're watching the live replay, feel free to jump into the chat. Even if we're not live, I am responsive to have those discussions. But yeah, they done divorced a million times. So it's like, I'll believe it once the divorce decree is signed. That's what I'll believe it. So last thing we see is Amara, La Negra, and Estelita talking. And they're trying to talk out their issues. And it seems like Amara just kind of got petty with the girl because she couldn't really pinpoint anything that Estelita has done to her. Not like clearly. But she was bothered about Estelita sleeping with Safari or commenting on it. Estelita's like, I slept with him 10 years ago. What the fuck? Why do you care? So that's why people need to like, if I ever was promiscuous, like there's no way in hell I'm sleeping with a bunch of people in the same circles of people that I know. Because eventually y'all all swap and spit in some way and sharing DNA, as they say. That's just weird to me. But it seems like Amara has issues with anybody new to the cast or who is less famous than her in any way. I never see her have an issue with people who are like solidified members of Love and Hip Hop, even if it's not the franchise of Miami. So I don't know. I'm just getting tired of her. I want her fro to go back nappy so she can find herself again. Bitch is getting on my nerves, like in actual real time. Anywho, Amara then announces to everybody at this party, she like abruptly ends her conversation. She's like, I'm done talking to Estelita. She announces that she's doing a song with Safari, and immediately people get mad because you went online telling the fans the show was a lie, got people questioning them, getting mad at Flo over stuff, all this extra stuff. And you was mad this season at Super Cindy for Safari being in an interview, but then you turn around and do a song with him, but you tried to check Cindy? Oh, no, Amara. You are tripping. So people get mad, and Bobby explains that she's stupid as fuck because he's sleeping with Eliza. Now, I like how Bobby just got to the bottom. All she said was they making a song. Bobby said, he's fucking Eliza. I was cracking up. And basically, Eliza says she thought that the relationship between Safari and Amara was fake. But if you guys were really friends, then you should have known that it was not fake. Bobby then throws water on Eliza, which I don't like. I understand that Bobby's a gay man. And separate from being a gay man, he's little as hell. I could probably square up with Bobby and fuck him up. But here's the thing. One, I prefer when people keep their hands to themselves. Like, if you pour water on me, I'm gonna smack you upside your fucking face. You're not just gonna throw water on someone. That's basically assault. And I don't know why they feel that's okay to do. But for a man to do that to a woman, Bobby Lights, what's wrong with you? Even if Eliza is a hoe, you don't need to throw water on her like that. But I'm hoping. At first, I was like, maybe it's playful because they got history. But I was like, that's regardless. Don't do that, Bobby Lights. But he throws the water on her. She tries to throw something back at Bobby. And then Marcus puts everybody out because we have to remember, they are throwing shit in the home and the children's home of Brooke and Marcus, the Brooke and Marcus family. They are throwing shit. If people start throwing stuff and thinking they go physically fight and pour water, like as soon as Bobby poured water on that girl, I would have put him out. I would have put him the fuck out. I really would have. Don't be throwing water in my house. You better ask for a towel to clean that up. And then to pour it on a woman, and then for her to just throw something at him, you could have hit all those people. At some point, we have to realize that these people are 30 plus. I believe Bobby Lights and them are my age. And they have to grow the hell up. They can't behave this way, especially in somebody's house. But, you know, it is what it is. But this should be interesting. I don't know. I just feel like Love and Hip Hop Miami this season is missing something. I do appreciate people like Shay for at least being forthright in their stories. But certain people I'm tired of seeing, like Flo, Bobby, Amada. I think we need some more cast refresh and not just people coming from Hollywood or other franchises. But that is it. That is it, you guys. That is the recap for today. We just recapped for those who are just joining or don't feel like reading the description or the title, Love and Hip Hop Miami. This was my recap and review, B3ST Reviews. The episode is titled My Messy Valentine, Season 6, Episode 7. We are going to be ending our recaps, as we always do, by playing the music of an independent artist. That independent artist today will be Mr. Oso B3ST. I always support my man. So we are going to get into that. Stay tuned on the channel. After this video ends, the next live that we will have will be us going over the latest episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. If you are an artist tapping in, we will be having a song review tonight as well. But I love y'all. We're going to get into some music, and I hope you guys have the best day. Let's listen to Oso Best and Chrome. This song is titled Hit List, shot in our hometown of Oakland. Shout out to the town. Love and light to you all.
Mr. Oso,
Who's next in line on my hit? Tell me who's, and maybe your batch who gets it. Stoke a jaw till a wits. I will. I knock them down with my weight. Who's next in line on my hit? And maybe your batch who gets it. Stoke a jaw till a wits. I will. I knock them down with my hit stick.
Hey, bad bitch on my hit list. I'ma make his bread do a kick flip. Chrome, yeah, I'm always on that big shit. Moves big money, big chicken. Hey, what's the vibe up in here? She gon' make the whole thing disappear. They throwing shade, but my vision so clear. Oh, that's your bitch, better get out of here. Hey, like what it do? I'ma have to smoke a blend and set the mood. I'ma have to bless the mic in the booth. Yeah, it ain't hard to keep it real, keep it true. I'ma do what I gotta do. Came up from the gutter though. Back in the 90s, I was up on Bliss and Largo, and niggas get cut short just like cargoes. Up in the city of love, niggas in my blood.
Tell me who's, and maybe your batch who gets it. Stoke a jaw till a wits. I will. I knock them down with my weight. Who's next in line on my hit? And maybe your batch who gets it. Stoke a jaw till a wits. I will. I knock them down with my hit. I stay knocking out like I should. This how we do from not hood. I hood with a ghost of if I could. Now I'm with people slanging his wood. With the bitches that sins I add. I'm a sucker for the tits and the fat. Give me a body that's natural. Body so factual. Good pussy fit. Hella happy. All the freaks in the world say hello. Don't care if you're a girl or a fella. And these shots got a nigga so mellow. Got me vibing to myself. I got pedal. Like oh yeah, my nigga. Who's next in line on my hit? Tell me who's, and maybe your batch who gets it. Stoke a jaw till a wits. I will. I knock them down with my weight. Who's next in line on my hit? And maybe your batch who gets it. Stoke a jaw till a wits. I will. I knock them down with my hit stick. Yeah.